Thank you, Stoneman. So I have a question from Sally. If I am going to choose one aspect of the energy body to work with, which one would it be? The heart. You would work with the heart. The heart is the centerpiece of all. And you call in all the angels, all the archangels, Divine Mother, Divine Father, all the sacred elements and the sounds and the colors, whatever's needed for your heart. And let it be. Interesting. The overview transmission for this channel is that the heart is the centerpiece of all, and there you can call in all the angels, all the archangels, the Divine Mother, the Divine Father, all the sacred elements and the sounds and the colors, whatever is needed for your heart. So now I have a question from David, and his question is, what is the best way to heal the brain? Start with one step, and that is love. You bathe your brain in love. You bathe your brain in love. You bathe your brain in love. And so how does one do that? You would say, I ask for my brain to be bathed in love, in whichever way is in the highest good. I ask my brain to be bathed in love in whichever way is in the highest good. Ask my brain to be bathed in love in whichever way is in the highest good. Well, that feels really strong. The applied transmission is to say to yourself, I ask for my brain to be bathed in love in whatever way is in the highest good. The next step is to bring in the wind, bring in air, and have it be in balance with the other elements. Is there a next step, or do you want to start there? The next step is to bring in the wind, bring in air, and have it be in balance with the other elements. But we'll come back to this soon another time. Thank you. The teaching transmission for this channel is that when all the elements are present, energy becomes whole and healing moves fast. So now I have a question for you from Veronica regarding the Trinity activations. And she wants to know what completes the triad. The Trinity activations being your soul mother, your soul father, your soul child, and what completes the triad. The triad is whole, but the glue that holds it together is self-love. That makes sense. The resonance transmission for this channel is that the Trinity activations work with your soul mother, your soul father, your soul child. This triad is whole, but the glue that holds it together is self-love. Place one hand on your heart and say, I ask self-love to bring my soul family into harmony. And this is a question from Sam. How do I clear lower vibration density fast? You bring in the wind, you call in the elements, and you activate them and ask them to move fast, and they will. The wind to blow away that which can be released, fire to burn it away, water to wash it away, earth to magnetize it down, air to dislodge, blow it away, and ether to remove it, remove it, remove it, remove it, remove it, remove it, remove it. Ask the elements to move it fast. I ask the elements to move it fast. The applied transmission for this channel is to clear lower vibrational density fast. You call on the elements. Ask earth to magnetize it down, water to wash it away, fire to burn it away, wind to blow it away, and ether to remove it. And this is a question from Chris. I have anxiety. Thoughts about that? Anxiety is a malfunction of the energy flowing up and down your pranic tube. And so which part of the energy body to work with for this? It's a pranic tube issue, and it's both yin-yang balance, but the aura matters. Working with the sun and all the colors bathing the chakras and the auric fields is really a superb way of working with anxiety. I ask the sun to bathe my first chakra in red, my first chakra and auric field in red, and then you go up all the way, orange, yellow, green, sky blue, indigo, and violet. And repeat that and repeat that, asking it to remove anxiety, dissolve anxiety. If it's still feel it, then work with the elements. The teaching transmission for this channel is that anxiety is a pranic tube issue. Work with the sun and all the colors to bathe your chakras and auric fields. This is a really superb way of working with anxiety. Quote, I ask the sun to bathe my first chakra in red, my first auric field in red, end quote. And then you go up all the way to violet. If you still feel anxiety, then start working with the elements. And this is a question from Nancy. She says, after listening to your thoughts about self-love, how to clear blocks in the chakras with self-love? Like, how do you put it into practice that self-love is the number one healer? And let's say I have a block in my first chakra. How do I work with self-love in the chakras? You turn the question around and say, how can my chakra receive self-love? What can I do in my chakra to receive self-love? And mostly it's to be open to it, to open the dark pathways to self-love, open the channels to self-love, bring self-love to the places of need in yourself. Ask it to flow to where it's needed. Self-love will go where it's needed if you allow it, you give it permission. Be conscious about your permission. I give self-love permission to flow into the blocks in my first chakra. I just could feel the difference when I just did that. Thank you. The applied transmission for this channel is to ask self-love to flow to where it's needed. Self-love will go where it's needed if you allow it, you give it permission. Be conscious about your permission. I give self-love permission to flow into the blocks in my first chakra. Thank you, Stoneman. And I have another question for you in response to some of your answers of the other questions that I asked you today. And I noticed that you ask for air and wind to come in a lot as the high healers for any situation, for the high healer, actually. And then you always add in the other elements. But I wonder if you could elaborate on why you're asking in air in particular. Air is the flow through. It's the energy that carries source to all the places it needs to go. Think of air as the wind and the flow. It goes and flows through all the nooks and crannies. It goes everywhere. It enters the places it needs to go. It brings source with it. It flows around obstacles and unhinges them so that they then are dislodged. Yes, it's your breath. I know you've had that thought, but air is the contingency of which all the elements are followed along from, because it's air that reaches the places. The elements then can reach there too. And yes, water, of course, reaches places, but air is at a higher level of places where water doesn't necessarily flow as easily in your energy body. Like I've told you before, the toroidal energy field, though Taurus, air is the element that you need there. That's a big toroidal energy field. And imagine all of the alleyways in the Taurus require air to push the light through, the push source to the physicality from there. The overview transmission for this channel is that air is the flow through. It's the energy that carries source to all the places it needs to go. Think of air as the wind, and it flows through all the nooks and crannies. It goes everywhere. It enters the places it needs to go. It brings source with it. It flows around obstacles and unhinges them so that they then are dislodged. I think that's it for now then. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Stoneman.